All right, everyone. This video is going to be on spite and spiteful people, and I guess how to deal with spiteful people. All right, so to start off, spite is what we all do it. Some of us do it more intentional than others, but spite is simply when you purposely want to annoy someone, hurt someone, you want to, cause them some sort of discomfort. Uh, and majority of the time, it's out of revenge. That's not in the definition, but a lot of times it's out of revenge, out of spite. You just want to annoy someone. So, we all have dealt with those, individuals, or we have been that individual that, that acts out upon spite. And for the most part, for the most part, uh, spite is nothing more than a signal of your own individual faults that you have yet to overcome. And basically, we exhibit, when we get to that level. Because most of the time, you think about it, all right? The times that you're spiteful, the times that me admittingly, when I act out upon being a spiteful person, is usually because an individual is doing something to me. And And then we get that, that thought, well, you want to treat others the way you want to be treated. Well, if they treat me this way, I'm going to treat them that way. All right. That's spite. All right. Even though you may think, all right, maybe I should give this person a dose of their own medicine. All right. That's not, you can do what you want, but that's not the correct way to go about it. Um, More importantly, it's just not a good thing to do at all because you don't beat fire with fire. All right, if someone's hurting you or doing something intentionally to you, don't turn around and intentionally do it to them, because that person is just going to keep going back and forth and getting bigger and bigger. So the way you have to look at it is, all right, who's going to be the bigger person? Who's going to be the individual to to be like, all right, I'm not gonna retaliate. I'm gonna be my highest self in this situation. All right, you can either, and there's ways to go about dealing with spiteful people and allowing spiteful people to see their actions. Um, a lot of times, spiteful people know that they're being spiteful. So a lot of times, of course, when they're in that mode, you know, like when they're in that that state, a lot of times it's best to just disconnect yourself from that situation at that time, and maybe when that person is feeling a little bit calm or something, then you approach that person and try to talk out whatever issue it is. All right, and for a note, I will either, I might talk about it in this video. I do want to do a video on individuals who don't want to talk out problems, people that want to argue and want to fuss and yell and do all that. All right, I'll talk about that maybe in another video or in this video at the end. I'm trying to keep this video short. All right, so all in all, how do you deal with a spiteful person? Like I said, when you most of the time when an individual is a spiteful person. All right, what I do is I don't deal with those type of people. All right, that's something you always got to remember. If the individual that's being spiteful, if they're not an individual that you're leaning on for survival, if you are leaning on the individual, I hate to say it like that, but if you're in a marriage and your husband is spiteful and he's in, more control of financially and all that type of stuff. All right, there's still ways that you can go about dealing with it. All right, all right, but most of the time, like I said, once you meet these type of people, from my personal experience, it's best to disconnect. Especially if it's causing you the type of grief that you just can't handle it. You just don't like to be around this person. Then don't. It's easy as that. Then don't. All right. Um, what I do, because let's say I'm in an argument or something, and the person's being spiteful, and I just get to that point and when we get to these points, that's when we know, all right, it's time for me to leave. Time for me to do something to get me out of this mind state. Because we've all probably been that individual who was being childish in the argument. Once we get to a certain point, we like, just forget it. I'm gonna just be like you, and and then and from there we already know the situation gets worse. So it always takes somebody to be the bigger individual. It always, if the other individual is not the bigger person, and if you know what's going to happen if you act out a certain way, like I said, just leave, do something, find something to occupy your time, do something, all right? Um, if you're in a situation, I mean, I'm not going to say you can't leave. I'm not saying leave the relationship or leave the friendship. What I mean is leave the premises. For those of you who don't have that clear. Um, what else? Other than that, I mean, like I said, that's how you deal with spiteful people. If you're getting, like I said, you have to know yourself as far as having control over your own emotions, so that other individual doesn't have the power to bring you down to their level. Because spite, of course, is a negative vibration. It's a low vibration. All right, and in order for an individual to get you to be spiteful, all right, that means that you must have already have been in a higher state, all right, a higher vibration. So if you allow someone to bring your vibes down, your vibration down, your frequency down, you know, that's a problem in itself. And we already know we don't want others to be able to have that power over us. All right, but unfortunately, a lot of times we let what people say, we let that, it strikes your nerve if it may be true. But at the same time, like I said, that's all about self. If you know it's true, all right, and if a person, is being disrespectful about a situation or something, there's ways to deal with that. You don't have to be violent. You don't have, I mean, like I said, it's all on you. It's all your choice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you that you have a choice in how you interact and react with individuals that are being spiteful or, you know, hey. All right, and I'm ending on this. We're getting in close to 9 minutes. I'll be trying to stay more consistent. I know I said it every time. I will be showing my videos very soon. Got a lot going on, a lot of changes. Uh, yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.